This program is rated PG. It contains themes and scenes which may not be suitable for very young audiences. Parental guidance is advised.
Be advised that the views and opinions of the hosts and guests do not reflect those of the station.
Hello, my name's Harriton Buatco. Welcome to our program. Now, what's been happening the whole week? Well, we have seen, it's not about the drugs. It's about the elections that are coming up. You've got those that are vying for national positions, so you have the senators and the party lists. And come January, the certificates of candidacy for local government will transpire. Now, what do we have? We have 100 senatorial candidates. And I'm not sure about the party list, if I'm not mistaken, over 200, if not still growing. Now, the candidacy have all been set, and now it's up to the elections. Now, let's not forget, if my memory serves me right, for local government, the election period is 45 days before May 11 and 90 days for the national candidates. So the restrictions or whatever that may come out will be, let's say, late Feb. Now, what strikes me is the contract that the COMELEC has already signed with our ever so infamous Smartmatic. Here we go again. Now, many have recommended that there are many ways or other ways of checking Smartmatic, such like the receipts that will come out to be audited and checked on the local level to make sure that the hocus pocus will not happen so drastically, especially when the ghosts come out of the grave or from some multiverse that comes out all of a sudden, people that don't exist any longer are voting again. Now, we have to be watchful, so to speak, with the elections. The voice of the people need to come out. And of course, other than that, when candidates are proclaimed, you may not like the political party because you have voted maybe for its opponent. We need to respect the mandate of the people in general if we are wanting to maintain our democracy. The rule of the people or the rule of the majority, either way, is the democratic process. Unlike the Yellow Party today who do nothing but put the president down. These are people you need to take out of either Congress, local government. They cannot seem to accept the will of the people except for the yellow, the Liberal Party, which they force to maintain. They will lose, and with your help, that will happen. Our program today, our topic is Toti Casino. What is Toti Casino? He is a gentleman who has advocated and fought for or against Smartmatic, who sat in the Senate and told the senators a thing or two about IT, something that may be above their heads. After all, how do lawyers and legislators who don't know a thing about IT and basically the law, assuming they're lawyers, know anything about it and how it works unless they're part of it? Ladies and gentlemen, Toti Casino, our topic today, and our guest, was also a GNN host here for over a year, right, Toti? More than a year, 2-3 years, who was with us a long time ago, and has been with the Computer Society ever since. Hello, Toti. Thanks for being on the show.
Well, thank you, Harry, for having me here.
So you're jumping into the ring. Okay,
Exactly.
let's go straight. Tell us about the party that you have decided to join and support,
Okay.
and advocacies.
Right. This is how it came about. Since I
Sige.
had that statement that you said in the Senate and giving the peace of my mind, which actually I was speaking on for in behalf of
No,
the
you
ICC.
lost your temper and you started telling them off. And lahat sila nakatunga nga sa'yo eh.
Yeah, but because that has been heard from of my colleagues.
Yes.
What I empathized there was not my own opinion, but the opinion of the industry for that matter. And you know, it's been said and done. And it caught the attention of a few people out there because it went viral on
Yes,
social
YouTube
media.
and social media.
And in one instance, I was invited to attend to this lunch meeting, which I did not know. It apparently turned out to be a party meeting.
Yeah.
It's the party, as you are asking, is
Yes.
the Katipunan ng Demokratikong Pilipino.
With Butch Valdez.
Butch Valdez is the president. The
Yes.
chairman is Don Ramon Pedrosa.
Yes,
And
Ramon
the
Pedrosa.
treasurer is
Fulgencio,
Cristina. No. Rick Fulgencio is the Secretary General.
Yes,
and
Sec.
the treasurer is the widow of the Chief Justice.
Ah,
Renato
yes,
Villanueva.
Corona.
Cristina Corona.
Cristina
correct.
Corona.
And their objective is to be a party of principles, not of personalities. A party that is of ideas and a party of principles and not of
Yes.
convenience. Now, there are three campaign platforms. Number one, at the topmost, is to stop electoral fraud, oust Smartmatic. Me and my other colleague, Attorney
Yeah.
Glenn Chong, who were the guests there,
Yes.
said to ourselves, look, these guys is the only political party that's clamoring for that. We should support them.
Why
Obviously.
is that? Ba't kayo lang? Bakit sila Butch lang? Why KDP? I mean, after all the infamous, after all the perception, what we've seen in the paper, people have talked on telly, they've been on radio. I mean, I have put down Smartmatic from day one.
Right.
Why is it they continue to persist and they win the bidding or whatever? Di ba? I mean,
Correct.
the last commissioner, si Lim, bago umalis,
Yeah.
pinirmahan niya eh.
Correct, overnight, yeah.
But the people are raising hell and the COMELEC looks the other way as if, wait, I don't hear you. Di ba? Parang ganun. Why is that? And why aren't the political parties screaming? Lahat ba yan nababayaran nila COMELEC?
Well, the long and short of it, yes.
I figured you'd say that.
It's simple. They're beneficiaries. They paid for the cheat. They got what they wanted for.
Yes.
Right. And now, those who got elected by law are the ones going to sit there as the heads
To
of the,
keep it there.
to keep it there as the head of the Joint Congressional Oversight Committee. So you have the beneficiaries, stakeholders, and operators all together in one coop. So how else can you cook the chicken when they're all cahoots with each other?
yeah.
And here we are shouting foul, foul, foul from all quarters, and we never get our...
Kinaso na ba natin yan?
Oh, many times at 33 different courts, 33 different cases in so many different courts.
I think Nelson told me the same thing. Celis, right?
Yeah.
So
Dr.
ilang
Celis.
beses na
Well, there are about
Dr.
33
Celis
cases
already.
There is some.
At saka hindi gumagalaw.
Hindi gumagalaw. The only one case that been ruled over was that what you said earlier, the voters verification paper audit trail or BBPAT, and then the other one is the source code review. All right.
That's right.
Other than those two, the rest have not yet been ruled over.
And those are all mandated
Yes,
as
by
that's
law.
mandated by law in the
Exact-
Constitution na.
Exactly. Not only because in the automation law.
And the COMELEC just disregards the law.
Simply
Bastusan.
because they are a constitutional body. They are separate, independent of the executive and the legislative branch.
Agreed. But a constitutional body, meaning they're still under the Constitution.
Yes.
But
yes.
they don't follow the Constitution.
Right.
Just on that alone, I mean, if you don't follow the rules on the road, pag nahuli ka,
Oo.
dapat itabi ka, kulong ka, o
Tama
bayad
ka,
ka.
tama ka.
Eh bakit hindi sila natatabi?
It's up to the Supreme Court to prosecute.
So dama yung Supreme Court.
Yes.
So walang integridad ng
Ang
Supreme
nangyari
Court.
kasi sa Supreme Court, as you know, in the past administration, the former chief got kicked out.
Oh,
The
so
impeachment.
kasi kay Sereno, they were able to stay. Yung
but
ngayon wala na si Sereno.
Because nakuha to siya na absentito.
Oh, so yung bagong, well, out na rin si De Castro.
De Castro, right.
So, hindi pa rin inaayos ng korte.
Di pa,
So,
hindi pa.
damay pa rin. So, if they help them and they do nothing, they are
Oh,
conspirators.
yes.
It has to be because that's the logic how it
Right,
falls.
right.
Okay, so far, no other political party has come up and said,
Out in the open.
out in the open.
Right, and this
So
is
they're
the-
all part of it.
Yes. That is why we did
Pare, you're fighting against a mountain.
Right. We're like the David against the Goliath.
Oo, di ba? So to speak.
Exactly. But to us, what have we got to lose? we're already on the losing side. Might as well fight, right? And to us, you know,
Good point. Talo ka na rin, eh. Sige na.
Laban na, right?
Laban na.
So we know what the odds are against us. By hook and by crook, we will use this opportunity to educate the public. Because we would like to tell them the
Either
reason-
way, you win because you get to generate awareness.
Correct.
At least against a conspiracy.
Yes, because we're looking beyond 2019. We're looking at 2022 when we select
Already.
another president. Now, if Smartmatic is there, and we're sure they're going to fumble just like that Enya thing, likely they're going to
No, obvious yun, ano?
Right?
Tsaka tumakbo siya eh.
Exactly. Yeah. Run of light. And he's got a case filed against him by the anti-cybercrime group. It was filed
Oh,
against
my
him.
gosh,
And now he's gone in flight, so...
Wala na.
And he went to a country, Panama, that we don't have an extradition treaty.
Doon ba siya tumatago?
Yes.
My gosh. And then the last COMELEC chair, si Bautista, the corrupt guy.
Oh, yeah, he flew also.
Pero walang humahabol sa kanya.
Well, there is already a case being filed.
Again,
and,
inupuan. But this time, the ombudsman pwede humabol
This
sa kanya.
time, in fact, the U.S. courts have already questioned his ill-gotten wealth in their accounts.
Oh, okay.
Umabot yun doon. So they're just waiting.
Kawawa naman yung kapatid niya. He ran for the Senate,
Right,
si Martin.
He passed away, sadly.
Oh, he passed.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
No,
he
no.
died.
Was it-
No, Paredes is
Paredes
the
is the
one.
one
Was
that-
the one
yeah,
who
yeah,
passed.
kaparty niya,
Kaparty
kaparty
niya.
niya.
Tatlo sila, di ba?
Right. And now, the U.S. court is just waiting for the Philippine court to file a case against him on anti-money laundering.
And yet, the Philippine court is sitting on its
No,
hands.
not necessarily. It is either with the Office Solicitor General or the Department of Justice who have to file a case. So right now they're gathering all the evidence. What type of case can they file? Because what he is being held off there is money laundering. Now, how do you tie up the money laundering to that conspiracy or that electoral fraud?
No, but he's already admitted he got money from Smartmatic. No, he didn't
No,
admit.
he didn't admit that.
The one who admitted Smartmatic was the lawyer from UST. He was passing funds off. Remember
Yes,
when that
yes,
that funny case about that
Right,
that
right.
law student that passed? He admitted that he was passing money.
Correct,
Parang ganon.
correct.
But lahat ng ebidensya nandiyan dyan, plus the study of the Philippine Computer Society.
Yes,
It was
exactly.
the analysis was
Correct,
deep.
correct. Yeah. We are not lawyers here, but the thing is, you have to associate what is the case that you're filing, because otherwise you will be the court will judge you technically out, because you have to put it in the proper order of your suit. Okay, if your case is against money laundering, okay, fine, then concentrate on the money laundering. If you're going to associate money laundering with another case, that's another matter.
It might muddle the issue
Yes, it
and
might matter.
end up
And
technically
which case
losing.
are you going money laundering?
But
Or you-
surely these guys have had so much time to file. Why is it until now they're not doing anything? Ano sinasabi niya?
I'm not on the defense on the administration, but by the time they got into the office, they had tons and tons of cases that have to go against with. Now you have remember there's the DAP PDAP.
Marami pa.
All right, and then meron pang there's a plunder case, right?
Ang daming
And
kaso
then-
nila
and then-
Noynoy.
Right, and then there's those the 20 container vans that skipped out, right, during Noynoy's case
Yeah,
also. And then you also have the case with the Deng Bangsha.
Ah,
And you
isa
have the
pa
case
yun,
also is MRT.
Yeah,
And
the
then
MRT.
they
Yeah, ang
vote,
dami,
and then
ang dami.
empty yung bidding.
Mama Sapano, isa pa yun.
So,
Stand down,
Their
di
hands
ba?
are full. I mean, just pursuing the case of the previous administration, this office is really full. That's why we're saying in the party stance that while the hands are full on that side, there's also got to have they have to have some equivalency or some participation on the legislative side.
All right.
That is why the Katipunan was created to fill in that gap in order to bring down the.
And you
the-
simplified it by going towards three major positions.
Exactly.
One is Smartmatic, at least
yeah.
to take them down.
Yes.
The other is Deng Vaxia.
Vaxia.
Is this correct?
Right.
Yes. I'm impressed that the POW chief did not join you to want to be in the Senate.
Okay, interesting. Good that you mentioned that. The party did approach her.
Yes,
And then she.
Because she's very supportive of
Yes,
Save the
yes.
Nation.
Right.
and-
Yeah. And she politely declined on the following reasons. One, she realized to pursue such a case.
She's got to stay on it.
No, not really that. You know, to exhume the body.
I know it takes.
You have to go through so many channels. You have to go to the Department of Health.
Yeah.
And then for clearance, and then you have to go to the family, and you have to bring that to the court. It's
To
not
get
just
clearances.
Yes, to get the court order to allow that. So you go through so many channels before you can just
Kalaban
assume.
pa nila Department of Health and Duque.
Yes,
Isa
yes.
pa yun. Because
Right,
they're
right,
saying
right.
there's no such thing as Demvaxia case.
Yeah. So it's kind of complicated, but slowly and surely they're already getting that foothold. And it's a learning curve for them. Now that they know the cycle, how to go about exhuming a body to determine the evidence that
They're more efficient in their...
the modification was caused by that vaccine, then and only then they can say, okay, can we expand this? Because right now there are about 1,000 deaths.
1,000 na?
Oh,
Akala ko 80 plus
80
lang.
plus yung na-exhume and na-examine.
Yun na exhume pa lang.
Kaya nga yung gap mo between, sa 80, about 90 already, yung 90 na yun, and then you have 1,000 on the...
Buti wala ka pang 10%.
Wala.
Oh my gosh.
So that's how long the queue is. And then on top of the 1,000, there are 8,000 in the hospital that are already ailing and that are hospitalized. So you add the 1,000 deaths plus 8,000 in the hospital.
How many more do they need
I don't
to
know,
die?
because
But I'm sure the president is not oblivious to this, and I'm sure his administration. He hasn't stepped in on Demvaxia.
Okay, going to the
In
person,
fact,
going to the
he's-
person of the president. Let's put it at another perspective. He is also overwhelmed with so many information. He's also
Yeah, I know, I realize that
And
much.
then he's going through different countries, attending ASEAN. He's attending. So there's a lot of distraction as far as the office of the president is concerned. And you know, it's
Kawawa
difficult.
naman.
Kawawa naman.
He's only human. He's only
yes,
human.
Human is not God.
And the third platform is electricity.
All right.
Us
Now,
being the highest in Asia.
Exactly. Not only that, and Butch Valdez had accurately pointed out that even in the United States, their rates is half-hour rates,
Grabe,
but their GDP is 20 times as much as we do. How can we how can we afford that? You have a country whose per capita income is 20 times more than you have here in the Philippines, yet our power rates, the one that you pay your bills, is already twice as much as they pay. So
Which is why industry is leaving.
Yes, exactly. And who would benefit? Only a few families, no more than 12, maybe 10. That's it. And the 10 of them, these 10 family businesses, family corporations,
Yes.
are the ones controlling the 150 million or 110 million Filipinos.
Yeah, so it seems.
That's so it seems.
And they
right?
control media. They
Right.
control a lot of the industries.
Even we're only tackling on the electricity. They also have their hands in the water utility.
Oh, they are. No? Same
Okay.
family.
And then they're also,
Telecoms.
Telecoms also, all right?
Diba?
So one of that, if you go by sector, could you just imagine how challenging it is to come up with the policy to regulate them, to put them in the proper corner where they should belong?
Recently, natatawa ako when I listen to old songs. I tune into DCRJ and FM.
Yeah.
And RJ has become
yeah,
really
yeah.
vocal, no? Talagang minumura niya mga Ayala,
Oh.
minumura niya si Froilan,
Correct.
minumura niya yung... Mura na talaga eh, diretsuhan eh.
Right.
Na they're trying to stop the, yung mga tore, di ba?
Correct.
The towers for
Exactly.
the telecoms.
Yes.
It's amazing. Alam mo, paglabanan mo media, pwede ka araw-araw, wala ka magagawa eh.
Yeah.
Tingin ko, ako, if I was one of the Zobels, I would hide already out of shame. I mean, nakakaya, minumura ka sa radyo 20, 30 times a day. I mean, it's amazing.
Yeah.
Toti, well, we're gonna have to take a break. Alam mo, iba when you talk to a host, mabilis ang kwentuhan eh, no? Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to apologize sometimes. We may assume or talk about issues or shortcut certain things because we know each other and, well, we are used to being on TV and talking quick and jumping from one to another. But believe me, if you listen carefully, everything's really connected one on the other. We may go out on a limb, but it always comes back somewhat. Stay tuned and learn more about Toti Casino. We'll be right back.
Yeah.